So earlier CBD and Komobi. Now and Komona ye no mene inketesia anase ladies, let me choose my words carefully because the in Rabat, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Ladies have joined me in the studio that I'm going to have this conversation with, and it all has to do with the HR Focus Conference and Awards 2021, which was launched some time back, and you know what the prospects are, what has been done, the aim, the goal, where they intend to get to, who the targets are, the focus, and all. And see, anopeno, when you adum me wo a year a rabna menchenya menino edin kuma rabna nikwe editor-in-chief for HR Focus in Africa, in HR Focus Africa, and Georgina Battels, our regional manager, organizational effectiveness, Emma Newmont, Ghana. One more and I'm edi and command pay no so Nina has to do with the HR Focus Awards 2021. Rabna, good morning. Pacho, good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe have a call. And I'm a suspect.
Suspect.
I'm sure what they are more person we are. No.
Fantastic.
Dema. No, the fan for Obabona. I'm a suspect.
On your dog crying, see, in English.
Dema. So you don't go for wash out.
Oh.
It could do feel we shall from before I can I can say TV. I'm going to fancy. Anyway, it's good to have you in the studio, Georgina and Rabna.
Thank you
so let's talk about the HR Focus Awards and what it's all about. Give us a sense of what is behind it.
Okay, so HR Focus Africa is a magazine. We publish every quarter, and we focus on HR issues in the world of work. We've been in business for over a decade, and what we do every year is we organize conferences to bring together HR practitioners, business leaders to discuss pertinent issues in the world of work. Every other year we organize awards events to award excellence in HR practice in organizations across industries. So what we did this year was on the theme adapting people and culture for global change. We realized that in the last 2 years, we've seen a lot of global changes that have been faster than normal, have affected our lives, our businesses, and we were just having a conference to make sure that everybody is aligned on how to be adequately prepared for the next time such a massive global change happens. And in the awards, for example, we also, the usual overview time or the time for assessments is the previous 2 years. So we had a special section that awarded the organization's response to COVID-19, how they've managed their people, how they've managed their systems in that period. So what we did, we organized an awards event that strictly observing protocols. Usually what we do in the previous years, we do a dinner, but this year we didn't do sit down dinner, we did packs to go. And we awarded the HR teams of various organizations. And we have with us Newmont. Newmont was one of the organizations that came out very successful across different categories. And what we believe that they're speaking to is how that came about. So we have a technical team. Organizations send in their nominations and justifications of why they think they are the best in doing things like employee engagements for their recruitment and selection. And the technical team, which is an independent board of experts, would assess their submissions and determine who is the best at what. All right,
so you just made mention of categories. Could you walk us through this year's categories we had?
We had about 39 categories. We had best organization, we focused on industry and then on the function. So best organization in manufacturing, best organization in financial sector, best organization in, let me just pull it out. We also have the best with regards to function, what it comes to do with HR functions like learning and development, best organization in employee relations practice, best organization in rewards management, best organization in hospitality, best organization in healthcare, best organization in energy and natural resources, best organization in recruitment and selection, in telecommunications and IT. We also have a set of awards for those who are not the best, but are also the most promising.
Okay.
So organizations that submitted justifications but did not reach the standard, the overall standard of excellence, but they have shown great promise and shown that their systems are working for the organization and they're actually doing what they're doing to award or encourage their employees.
All right, now let me at this point engage and then ask a very important question about when it was held, the awards, and then we can go on to talk about who won what and then why Newmont is here in the first place.
Okay.
So when was it held?
It was held on, the conference was held on Thursday, 14th October.
Okay.
And then the awards was held on 15th October, the Friday, the following day. It was held at the Labadi Beach Hotel, and the conference was from the morning to the afternoon of the Thursday, and the awards was from 5 p.m. till about 8 p.m. on Friday.
All right, so then I'll jump to Georgina and then begin by saying congrats to the team at Newmont and the work that went into, achieving such, success. But how do you feel this morning?
Extremely excited.
Okay.
Anyone who wins any recognition for their hard work will definitely feel excited. It's kind of a confirmation of the amount of work that you've put in over the years.
Okay.
So we are very, very excited to have been recognized this way. So yeah.
What award did you pick?
We won 6 awards.
Okay.
And then we also won the overall best organization for HR practice.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting. So what went into preparations for this? Or what's the usual HR department like at Newmont?
So we have the centers of expertise, which are the various categories. That's talent acquisition, rewards, employee engagement, industrial relations, HR information systems. And then we have our generalists who usually operate out of the sites. So we have the regional office and then we have the sites. So that's what, in a loose form, what our HR structure looks like. And then our learning and development department that also oversees all the learning and development across the business. So back to your question of how did we prepare for it? It's really going about your normal duties.
Okay.
However, the awards gives you an opportunity to catalog what your normal activities are, and then to be assessed to see whether they meet best practice standards. So it's not something special that we had been doing over the past 2 years, but going about our normal activities with the best that we can, with ensuring that we are following best practice within HR, to ensure that we are delivering on our mandates, to ensure that we are doing things the right way. And then at the end of the day, to catalog that and then present it to HR Focus, and then we were judged as the best.
I'll come back to your awards shortly, but we usually say HR, but what really HR means in a day-to-day application? What does it mean?
So HR, the letters HR represent human resource. We tend to think about our customers a lot when it comes to business owners and business leaders. But we forget that the most important resource in the organization that would help us satisfy the customers that we believe are the reason why we exist are the people, our employees, our staff. So what the HR functions in various organizations are supposed to do is to make sure that their most valuable assets, the people, are provided with the best environment, are in the best state of well-being to properly function, to properly bring out the output that the organization has hired them for. So when we're talking about HR practice, we're talking about the steps that HR experts, steps that HR practitioners, the steps that HR people take in their organizations towards improving the functions and the systems in the organizations, making the workplace a conducive place for their people.
Now, let's talk about your brand. You know, the magazine, the awards, and the conferences and all. How has this directly impacted on the practice nationwide?
I would say it has really improved people's outlook on HR, or improved the relevance of HR. What after such an award scheme would do is, like I mentioned, we don't just mention the best, but we also mention the most promising. Such organizations would realize that, okay, we may not have gotten the overall best, but we've also been acknowledged for what we are doing. So now where are the gaps? Right now, this year, what we're doing is our technical committee is giving out a report of the gaps they noticed in the submissions of the organization. So Gina was talking about how the award just gives them an opportunity to catalog their everyday activities. Some organizations just do things on the spur of the moment. They don't already have these policies and procedures written down as a structured system in place, such that if a particular person who, in some organizations, they don't see their value, but they're the HR practitioner, is not available, there's a system in place on how to go about things. We'd realized that from a lot of the submissions that came in, there's already systems in place. They just had to pull out their policies and show that we have this policy in place such that if this situation comes up, we execute it. We have this policy in place. And all these things, we realized that it improves the people's confidence in the organization. We as HR Focus, we're working towards improving the relevance of HR in organizations such that business leaders would not just, put one person there as HR and admin, and the person should just push paperwork around. We're talking about having the necessary conversations on how to improve upon your business by improving upon the lives of your people. You would realize that some organizations cannot move towards improving their bottom line simply because their people are dissatisfied, their people are disgruntled. HR Focus, we organize events throughout the year, apart from the major events, the HR Focus Awards, to bring HR practitioners together to discuss ways by which they can improve upon their practice and make it more relevant in their organization. We've had a long-standing conversation about bringing HR to the decision-making table. As a business leader, when COVID hit, how many people actually called their HR practitioners? What do you think we need to do with our people? What do you think the next steps are? How do we go about this? An HR practitioner that is actually working in their role fully would have some data. We have a very youthful demographic in our organization. So that means a lot of the people are breadwinners for their families. We can't just decide to not pay everybody's salary. So, making decisions based on data, factual decisions, that's what actually bring about the best possible scenario in the organization. So then we're not just looking at, profits and loss or the customer being happy, but then we're looking at our people being happy or good or in a well enhanced position to provide the best to our customers. So in hindsight, you actually do that because you believe that the customer is king. Because if your customer was really king, you'd make sure that the people that are serving your customers are well equipped to treat them as kings.
Well, we have just 3 minutes to round up our conversation. Georgina, I'll come to you. Now, what does these awards mean for you going forward? Because there are others who are going to be gunning for these awards next year, God willing. What does it mean for you as a brand?
Right. So, like I mentioned earlier, it's given us an opportunity to catalog what we've done. But looking at what we've won, then what else can we do? There were 39 categories that you mentioned. We won 6. There are other areas that we can improve. It also highlights the areas that you can improve, and then, like she said, brings you to the body of practice that could enhance what you already have. There's best practice out there. We're not tops in everything. There's best practice out there that we can leverage from the other people that won those awards. Definitely, we wouldn't want anyone to come and pick up the ones that we won already. So there are things that you will put in place to ensure that you continuously improve, you continuously bring value to your organization as an HR person. And then that's the outlook for us.
All right. Now, let me just give you the last minute so that if there are any, folks out there you'd want to appreciate, I may give you some 30 seconds as well to appreciate any folks you'd want to, but any folks you'd want to appreciate or partners.
So this entire event, both the conference, which was on Thursday, and the awards, which was on Friday, was sponsored by different sets of organizations. I'll just read them all together and say a huge thank you. We had Goil Energy, Standard Chartered Bank, Volta River Authority, Lene, Labadi Beach Hotel, Olam Ghana, Absa Acacia, Akai House Clinic, Opportunity International, Hollard, Petra, Old Mutual, Enclave, Casa Preco, Crystal Oasis, Enterprise Group, Zoom Lion, BNFT, City FM, Joy FM. And then our headline sponsors for the forum, Vodafone Ghana, and then our major sponsors for the forum, Newmont Ghana. We just want to say a huge thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to organize this. We value the fact that you value HR practice, and as HR Focus, we would like to promise that we will continue to push the agenda of improving the relevance and improving shared learning in HR practice in Africa.
I'm grateful. Final 30 seconds to you.
All right. So I think that all of the thanks and the congratulations goes to the Newmont HR team. It's a collective effort. We've done a lot of work over the years. And so this is a kudos again, congratulations, and also to our VP HR, Aokwe Sensaki, and then our RSVP, who supports and understands the value that HR brings to the table. So really, kudos to our team here in Ghana. And
kudos to you from us here for the good job done. We are understanding a lot of things about HR because I saw your massive presence on social media, and so I was following, and I learned a lot.